Hi guys, how are you all doing? I hope you're in the best of health. I hope you're drinking water and minding your business. All right, if you're new to this channel, my name is Eni Paul, and it's so very nice to meet you. I make content on student advice, medicine, lifestyle, and natural hair. If you're returning, you guys are the OGs of this channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. All right, so in today's video, we're just going to be addressing some frequently asked questions concerning the Mdcn exams. If these are things that you like to know more about, please stay tuned. All right. First off, if you don't even know what Mdcn means the Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria licensing exams. I hope I'm saying that right, but yeah. Okay, so the first question regarding the Mdcn Chineke Christ. The first question regarding preparing for the Mdcn exams and things like that is, does a medical observership or working in the hospital for a bit, does it help you with preparing for these exams? And I'm going to be answering this based off my experience as a medical observer. I've shared this whole journey with you. If you're new here, you can check out my videos. I'm going to leave them in the description box. All right. So what will your medical observership entail? If you're going to be a medical observer in Nigeria, what will this entail for you? And in almost any other part of the world, this will entail you, shadowing your doctors, checking their treatment modalities, just keeping up to speed with what and how they are handling patients and the type of patients that they receive. So the good thing about this is you get to see a variety of cases, most especially because you can't predict like what happens in the hospital. Yeah, the good thing about this is you can't predict what happens, so you see a variety of cases, and because of this you kind of cover more ground in less time. Now, does this help you with your Mdcn exams academically? I can say for a fact yes, and the reason why I'm saying this is because you most likely are already studying or have already studied or you've already like gone through med school. So if you've already gone through med school, you have a degree, most of what you're seeing will be like knowledge consolidation for you. Okay, you're going to learn a lot of new stuff because you most likely trained outside the country and things are quite different here, if I do say so myself. All right, so yes, it will help you in terms of learning new things, consolidating your knowledge. You know what, let me share a story with you guys. So in terms of consolidating knowledge, yes, there's something I had read about hyperoxia tests, and in fact I had not read it before I'd seen it. I was just on call in pediatrics, and during my pediatrics call that I was shadowing, one of my senior doctors at the time had a blue baby come in, like a cyanotic child come in, and the next thing he was putting the child on oxygen and just watching, and I didn't understand what he was doing till I started studying, and I found out that yeah, he's actually doing the hyperoxia test, and you should have known this. If you had read it, you would have known it, and what. But apparently it's a test to check if it's a problem with the heart or a problem with the lungs. So if you place the child on oxygen and they get more oxygen and they start to go all pink and look really nice, then it's a problem with lungs and breathing and stuff. But if the color stays the same, it's a problem with the heart. You're welcome. I just touched you something new, eh? You are welcome. So yeah, does this help? I would say yes for a fact. Keep your eyes open, keep your eyes peeled, your ears available, and guys, just make yourself useful, because in the process of joining, shadowing, moving around, there are lots of things you will pick up that to study on your own or to sit down and read in a book would have taken you a longer amount of time. All right, the next thing about the Mdcn exams is, are the exams fair? And guys, at this point I'm going to say the Mdcn exams are not fair, because life is not fair. Like, nothing is actually fair. Do people pass these exams? Yes. Do people fail these exams? Yes. Do people deserve to fail or pass? I can't say for a fact, because there's so many things that actually happen that you can or cannot explain. So if you're thinking about if the exam is fair, nothing in life is fair. All right, so yes, these exams are not fair. Plus you're in Nigeria, guy. You know how things go around here. Okay, the next question on this list: are the exams hard? The exams are not difficult, actually. Like, they actually are not difficult, but like what you need to learn and what you need to practice are, first off, you need to practice enough to expect the kind of questions that you'll get, and then next off, you need to practice enough to hone your answering strategies. I hope I said that right. Like, you need to practice how you answer questions, practice how you approach questions, practice how you read questions, because this will help you with how you interpret the questions and how you execute what the question demands. I hope this makes sense. Next question on the list says, how long on average do I advise people to prepare for these exams? It's safe to say about 3 months ish. I don't want to say, oh, if you're a bright student you can do 2 months, if you're not very bright you can't. No, but like 3 months on average, 4 months, anywhere from 3 months up is usually fine. But if you have a smaller amount of time, just apply more pressure in terms of how much you're reading, how much you're covering, how much you're practicing, and I'm sure you'll be just fine. Okay, the next question says, where is the next exam going to be? Honestly, guys, I cannot say this for a fact because they rotate through different cities. So depending on the city the exam will hold, there'll be a circular, and that will be communicated to people who are intending to write the exams. Okay, the next question says, after Mdcn, what next? Guys, this is a very tentative question because it's subject to you. If you're asking me what next after Mdcn, I already made a video explaining all of that, and I'm going to put it up here if that video is already up as at the time of uploading this video. But yeah, you have a lot of options if you are sitting for the exams, and most people would typically just practice, you know, or start going to hospitals after Mdcn, because a lot of people don't do their observerships before they actually take the exams. I hope this makes sense. The next question says, what would I recommend for studying for the Mdcn exams? What, you know, things. And I already made a video about resources that I used. I most likely would make a part 2 to this, but not anytime soon because guys, I'm actually in a very busy stage of my life. But yeah, I used a lot of things, different tutorials, Amboss. Like, guys, there are actually so many resources that I used, and I explained how I used them and why they were like important for me in the video. I'm going to put it up here as well, so I hope it helps you. Okay, so the next question says, how long are the Mdcn exams? Let me explain this in detail to you. The Mdcn exams are a 2-day exam, okay? And for those 2 days, what you're going to be doing is, on day 1, you're going to be doing your CBT. That's your computer-based test. It's a 300-question examination, and you take it in 3 hours, no breaks, no pauses, no nothing, okay? So from the time you sit and press start on your computer, you're there, and you have to just be there, like physically, and it actually drags. At some point you get tired and you stop like actually thinking about the questions, like you stop analyzing the questions, but it's, your endurance gets better with practice. I hope that's a good thing. Yeah, I hope you understood what I was trying to say there. But yeah, on day 2, what it entails is you have your 10 stations, and you're going to go in a group of 10, and you're going to rotate like a carousel. You're going to go around, like you're going to go from station 1 to 10, and it might not necessarily be in the chronological order of 1 to 10. It might be from 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4. Do you understand? There are no resting stations. Your stations are going to comprise of things like clerking, counselings, physical examinations, levels of preventions. You might get short cases or long cases. You might get lab analysis or identify this instruments or this test results. You know, it's actually very, you can predict a couple of stations in terms of, oh yeah, you're going to get 2 clerking or 2 counseling stations, or yeah, but you can't predict everything. So your goal is to have like your basics on lockdown and know a little bit of the rest, so when you get there you're not surprised. Okay, so this question says, how much do the MDCN exams cost? And for how much the exams cost, guys, the exams themselves cost about 130,000 naira as at the time of making this video. I have a detailed explanation of all the costs that you will incur in the process of actually sitting for these exams, and I'm going to put it up on the screen somewhere up here, guys, because at this point I don't really know. Okay, this question says, what tutorials can you use to study for these MDCN exams? I have shared the tutorials I personally used. I'm going to leave them up here, like I'm going to leave that video where I share them up here, and just so you can see how they helped me personally. And also I've heard of a couple other tutorials. I haven't really verified them in terms of their quality of teaching and things like that, so at this stage, at this point, I can't exactly recommend any new tutorials to you till I'm done with my findings. I heard the exams are not hard. Why do people fail? Okay, so why do people fail MDCN exams? There's actually a lot of reasons. It could be that they don't know what they're getting into, or they're not properly prepared, or there are actually a lot of reasons why people fail these exams. For me, the first time, I feel like I didn't know the entirety of what I was getting myself into, and I didn't really look out for resources that would have helped me, because I felt like, oh, if I read hard enough for the theory, I should be able to answer the MCQs, and it's not always like that. Like, actually, is it like that? So yeah, but other reasons will be maybe you didn't study hard enough, or you studied hard enough and you were too overconfident and you overanalyzed the questions. I know that sounds weird, but it's actually the truth. Or you went there and you were dressed shabbily and you gave a bad first impression, and it just like ruined your whole, like, ruined your examiner's demeanor, things like that. Because guys, you want to dress well, you want to look corporate, you want to, on that exam day, like, don't look too dressed and too like you are the actual examiner. Don't do that, because your examiners are most likely going to have had to work the day before, and they're working today, and they're just like already tired and grumpy and stuff. And look good. I shared my journey and I shared what I wore for my exams and things like that. So just look official, corporate. And if you're a guy, you're watching this video, please wear a tie. Wear a tie. Thank you. So guys, if you are enjoying this frequently asked questions about like MDCN and things like that, please support this video by giving it a thumbs up. And if you're enjoying this content, you want to subscribe, you want to press that red button, subscribe and press the bell beside it. Thank you so very much. If you have any more questions on the MDCN exams, on preparation, on how to pass it, on how not to pass it, if you have questions like that, I know that sounds weird, but yeah, you want to leave them in the comment section. I'll get to them. I'll be replying, answering, and helping you guys, because I don't want you guys to go through what I went through. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to leave you guys at this point with peace and lots of